Hello everyone. Today, I'll be discussing about what is a noun clause and what is a relative clause. Before understanding what is a noun clause and what is a relative clause, let's understand what is a clause. A clause is a group of words having a combination of subject and verb, which has a complete meaning by itself. What I mean to say here is that a clause can be, or additionally, it may form a part of a sentence or it may be a complete sentence in itself. अगर हम इसे थोड़ा और क्लियरली समझें तो क्लॉज एक ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड्स है जिसमें एक सब्जेक्ट और एक वर्ब नेसेसरीली होते हैं. बट व्हाट इज नॉट नेसेसरी इज दैट इट मे बी अ कंप्लीट सेंटेंस. उसकी पूरी एक खुद की मीनिंग हो सकती है एज अ सेंटेंस, या फिर उसकी उसकी एक खुद की मीनिंग हो सकती है बट इट विल बी अ पार्ट ऑफ अ सेंटेंस. So these are the 2 points which we need to remember when we study a clause. Now, going on to two examples. So the two examples here are he does yoga regularly. Here this is a clause, but at the same time it has an independent meaning and it is a complete sentence. The second sentence is he was eating a bacon sandwich. Here this is also an independent clause, which means it is a sentence in itself. Also, it is a clause. Moving ahead, uh, now let's move on to our next slide. So, the two types of clauses. So, the two types of clauses are independent clause and dependent clause. So, in simple terms, independent clause is a sentence, and a sentence complete in its meaning. So, for example, the example which I've given here is I ate my food. Talking about dependent clause. A dependent clause is a part of a sentence which has a meaning of its own, but it is an incomplete thought. यहाँ पे समझने की बात ये है कि एक independent clause will be a sentence. However, a dependent clause will have its meaning. उसकी खुद की एक meaning होगी, but वो एक incomplete thought लगेगा. And it will be a part of a sentence. हालांकि we may think that it is a sentence, it might look like a sentence, but that is not necessary that it is in reality it is a sentence. For example, let's talk about, I've given an example here because it was delicious. So in an informal language, when we reply to someone that how was your food, so maybe we can say that it was because it how did you eat the entire cake. Let's say that someone asks me how did you eat the entire cake, so I'll give the reply that because it was delicious. Here, in an informal language, it might sound like a complete sentence. However, it is a clause. It has a meaning of itself, but it is not a complete sentence. So, I hope कि आपको समझ में आ गया होगा कि what's the difference between an independent clause and a dependent clause. Moving on to uh, independent clause and dependent clause, a slight difference which is there. I have just tried to put it in short here. As you can see, independent clause has a meaning of itself and is a complete sentence. And a dependent clause has a meaning of itself, but it has no complete thought. It is not a it it is not a complete thought in itself, and it is dependent on a principal clause to complete its meaning. I'll further explain this in my next slides. So, talking about our main topic here, which we'll discuss today, what is a relative clause and a noun clause. First of all, we discussed about independent and dependent clause. Now, dependent clause is classified into two other categories, which is noun clause and relative clause. Now, let's understand the difference between a noun clause and a relative clause and how they stand independently. So, a noun clause acts as a noun in the sentence. A noun clause acts as either the subject or the object of the principal clause. What I mean to say here is that a noun in a sentence, if we have to find about a noun clause, we can find that either by uh, by looking about whom we are talking, about whom we are having a discussion or a reference in a sentence. For example, candy is fine with me. So here we are talking about candy. So the candy here acts as a noun clause. Secondly, a noun clause acts as either the subject or the object of the principal clause. Now, my second point will be explained by the second example. As you can see here, can you tell me the time? So here we are talking about uh, the major reference which is being given in this sentence is of time, and this time here is the noun clause. It is acting as a noun. So can you tell me the time? So this time which I have highlighted as well is a noun clause. Understanding relative clause or adjective clause. So a relative clause usually starts with a relative pronoun like who, what, which, that, etc. They are most often used to identify the noun that precedes them. So, in simple terms, an adjective clause, uh, it usually defines or describes the principal clause or maybe the noun in the sentence, and it is always preceded by a noun. Now, how will now let's see this by an example. I saw a beggar who was dumb and deaf. So यहाँ पे अगर हम देखें तो the relative clause is who was dumb and deaf, because I am talking about a beggar here, and I am talking further about him in this sentence. I am giving a description of that beggar, how he was, how uh, so as you can see in this example, who was dumb and deaf is a relative clause. Coming on to the second example, this is a pen that you had left behind. So, what did you leave behind? A pen. So, here we are talking further about the pen, that what happened to that pen. It was left behind. So, this relative clause is describing further about this pen, which is a noun. So, it qualifies or describes this noun here. So, hereby it is an adjective clause or a relative clause. So this is the pen that you left behind. That you left behind is an adjective clause. Now a noun clause. How to identify a noun clause? So for identifying a noun clause, you can simply ask the question what to the main verb. By asking this question, you will get an answer that what is the noun clause in the sentence. For example, अगर हम यहाँ पे देखें तो he told me that he was feeling unwell. Now the question which arises is he told me what? So I am questioning the main verb here. So by questioning this main verb, he told me what? So I am getting an answer that he told me that he was unwell. So that he was unwell is the noun clause. Hereby अगर हम एक क्वेश्चन पुट अप करेंगे मेन वर्ब पे what का, तो we'll get an answer that what is the noun clause. So a noun clause generally begins with who, whose, whom, when, where, which, what, by, how, that, if, and whether. So these are some of the general terms through which you can identify a noun clause. However, it doesn't necessarily give a guarantee that if a sentence, if a clause begins with these words, it would be a noun clause. There are certain tests which you will have to apply as well. For example, what I referred here, that how to identify a noun clause. So you will have to ask a question to the main verb, and this question will be asked by putting up what. So you will put uh, a what to the main verb, and the answer which you will get will be the noun clause. So some other examples which we can see is how it happened is a mystery. Here we are talking about, here the noun clause is how it happened. So if we put up a question, what is a mystery? So how it No, uh, slightly, if we take in a slight, put it in a slightly different context. So here, a mystery, the mystery, uh, a further description and the reference which is being made is how the entire thing happened, and that's the noun clause here. Secondly, do you know when the train will arrive? So here, if we put up a question to the verb that do you know what, so do you know when the train will arrive? So putting up a question to the main verb, we'll get an answer of the noun clause. So now I want to know how far is he right? So putting up a question, I want to know what. So by putting up this question, we'll get an answer that how far is he right? Moving up to our next slide. So relative clause or adjective clause. So it always, relative clause always qualifies the noun, subject or object in the principal clause, as I have already told you. It describes the noun and it does the work of an adjective in the sentence. It is always preceded by a noun, as I've already told you in my previous slides. He is the boy who had made a noise. I met Mr. Rohan, who told me about you. This is the place where I was born. I know the place where she lives. Here, all these relative clauses are preceded by a noun, like boy, Mr. Rohan, place. Additionally, it is further describing this principal clause. This it is further describing and qualifying the noun in this principal clause. So, he is the boy who had made a noise. So, who had made a noise is a relative clause. Some of the questions of the board examination are, uh, you have to identify here which is what is the clause. So, whoever wins this match will play the finals. Now, what is this? Which clause is this? Is that is what you have to identify. So the here whoever wins this match is acting as a noun. So it will be a noun clause. It is the subject. It is the subject of the sentence. So whoever wins this match will be a noun clause. She took the apple that was lying on the table. So here that was lying on the table further qualifies or describes the apple. So it will be a relative clause. He does not like what he sees. So here what he sees will be, any guesses? So try solving this one first and then you can see the answer in the next slide. Now fourth question is, I feel that she is a good girl. That she is a good girl. So what is that? Which clause is that? So here, let me explain you the third and fourth question. He does not like what he sees. What he sees is a noun clause because it is acting as an object of the sentence. Here, I feel that she is a good girl. Here, she is a good girl is acting as a object in the sentence. So again, both of these are noun clause. Secondly, if you put up the question, he does not like what? So he does not like what he sees. I I feel what? I feel that she is a good girl. So these are the two uh, ways through which you can identify the noun clause. So thank you everyone. I hope you could have understood what I was trying to explain through this entire presentation, and uh, all the very best for your board exams. I hope this topic is very much clear to you. Thank you.